This lesson is on installing a WAMP server on a Windows-based PC. So here we begin with a very blank slate. Let's start with a browser. I bring that up, Google, and I'm going to look for WAMP server. Brings me up to the first hit here is exactly what I need. So we'll give you some information about it, but right now I just want to download it. Now you have to know whether you're a 64-bit PC or a 32-bit. I can't help you with that. You've got to download the correct one for your operating system. So 64 bits is what I'm on, so I'm going to click that. You'll get this form. You can ignore it and you can go right to this link that says download it directly. So you get a little advertisement here. Can't be helped. Download will start in 0 seconds. Now, you're going to be given a chance to save this file. So you need to do that. I'm going to skip it here. I've already pre-saved it because it takes about 5 minutes to download. And that's not all that exciting to watch on a video. So I'm going to cancel this instead of saving it. You save it. And I'm going to go to where I did save it. I have it here. Went to my downloads directory by default. And here's a nice big icon for the WAMP server. I'm going to double click on this. Are you sure you want to run this software? Yes, you are. Click Run. And then yes, we want to allow it. It gives us WAMP Server 2 Setup Wizard. And this shows the various versions of Apache and MySQL. So let's click Next button. You'd better accept the agreement or you're not going to get the software. It's defaulting to go to the C WAMP directory. I highly recommend that you accept their suggestion. Next. I'm going to go ahead and check these two boxes and get the icons. Next, says install. Install. Click on it. Doesn't take very long. You can see up there that it's installing the various pieces of software that we're going to need. That's very nice, free. It's very easy to download and use. So we're getting near the end here. And voila. Now, one thing it does is it says, please choose your default browser. If you are not sure, just click Open. I'm sure I don't want Windows Explorer. So I'm going to go navigate to the browser I like. I prefer Firefox. So I'm going to go to the directory. Let me go down to Program Files, x86, because it is a 32-bit program, even though I'm running on a 64-bit system. There it is. There's the directory. Open that. Click Firefox and say Open. So it's finishing the installation. Should be done in just a second. And now I can put localhost in here. You can put your email in there if you choose. That's not something I'm going to worry about, so I'm just going to leave it there as localhost. And it says launch WAMP server 2 now. So we'll say, okay, let me finish that. Let's look down here. See how it's red? And then it turns orange. And then it turns green. That means success. We're running. Let's left click on this. We can see all the things that came with the localhost, PHP MyAdmin, which is a tool we are going to use here. Apache, PHP, MySQL, all these different individual software packages were installed and configured pretty much properly the way you need them. Pretty much the only thing that you're going to use here is the PHP MyAdmin. It's possible you might sometime restart all services if the server goes down for some reason locally, but that's about the only two things that I ever really have to deal with on a regular basis. So we're running. This is good. Let's go ahead and look at what it did for us directory-wise. So it created the WAMP. And this www area is called our root directory. Here's the index PHP. This is going to let us run a program. We're going to test it. So I'm going to say Firefox. And you look at that and you go, oh my, that can't be right. And it's not right because it opens it up in the file system. We have to replace all of that, including the www, with the word localhost. And now I'll put the cursor over there and I'll hit the Enter key to run it. And there we are. We see some information about the configuration, some links to get more information about these tools. So this is good. This means that we ran this PHP program on our installed server. There's another file there I want to point out that helps us test our connection in PHP and MySQL called test MySQL PHP. it won't work right away. I'm going to show you it failing, just so you can see that. Now we open it up in the file system. Let's replace this with localhost, enter key, and we get a bunch of these errors. There's a reason for that, and I'll show you what you have to change to get this to run. So go back to the directory. I'm going to open this up in TextPad, a plain text editor that I'm using. This is a very simple program that issues a PHP function called MySQL_connect to connect to the database. And it's going to tell us whether we succeed or not. Well, we didn't succeed. You have to give it the host name. Well, the host name that we're running with locally is localhost. The user that we are when we're running WAMP server is just called root. And our password, now this is going to be tough to remember, it's blank. Nothing. It's an empty string. There's nothing between the two single quotes. Tick, tick. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to go back to this one where we got the errors. I'm going to just try to run this by refreshing the page. And this time, connection okay. Life is good. We're all hooked up. I'll show you one more thing. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to exit from the WAMP server. Because when you first log on to an account, it won't be running necessarily. So what you do to get it running again is you go to perhaps your start bar. If you have it there, you may have to navigate for where it is. So I go through programs, and it'll be down near the bottom under WAMP server directory. There's what you're looking for. Start WAMP server. Click it. And you see it's red, orange, and then green. Once it's green, we're ready to go. We're up and running. Congratulations. You now have the software you need to run the PHP programs and MySQL statements that you're going to use for the rest of the class.